are you? So I am in my winter studio and was sharing with my dear friend and fellow creative frequency coach, Kim Sales, my new favorite paint color, and it's called Interference Gold. So this year, 2025, for myself and my community is the year of alignment. And I had to chuckle a little bit because interference gold somehow feels like a really aligned color for us all to add into our palette this year. So I wanted to share with you a couple ways I've just used this color and the Whitney Freya style definition of what I believe interference to mean. I'm sure there's a super left brain artistic definition of interference gold, but clearly what it means is that there's see, okay, there, this eyebrow and the bindi and in the mandala. So it is very receptive to the light. So this was a super quick, great mother exercise that I did with Elizabeth Foley today in an interview. And I am beyond into right now using my journal page or another canvas as the palette. So instead of, you know how so many times your palette is like the coolest thing from your painting session. So why not just use that as a base for another painting? So I painted this right over that. Let me see, I have another example. And then I'm going to show you. So here's another, this is a palette that I'm continuing to build on. This is a little fiddler crab painting I did over a palette, but I did a really fun, Buddha. So okay, crazy journal. So here's another page I've been using as a palette. And then here's a Buddha that I've been doing. So, Buddha would be fun with some interference. So let me show you how this interference, just see it in action. So we're just going to lower the computer here. So again, I'm just going to put this interference gold right on my paper. This is how I'm creating such easy painting opportunities by painting over the palette. So here's Buddha. So you want to, in general, put these kind of highlights on the areas that are going to be, that would be naturally closest. So everywhere where there's white, which is kind of handy. So let's definitely put some on the bindi in this little mandala I have. What's cool about this color too is in some light, it's kind of transparent. Like I can't even tell painting over the white, but we will see. Let's put a little sparkle on his lip. Do a little down there and on here. Now you probably can't even see that, right? But let me bring it up. But so now with the light, does it have to dry? Oh, yeah, see there, you see it. You see the gold? Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Now, let me share another application that is perfect for interference gold, just in case you might be attending any marches. So I was looking for funny protest signs. So I don't believe in giving energy to what we are against, like fighting things, being angry, down with whatever is actually just feeding the energy of whatever it is you want down. So I found this, look how fun. The word love is in revolution. So you just do the L backwards and the E backwards, and then you've got the word love in revolution. But look at, can you see the interference gold? What? And so look, so when I was outside at this hands-off march the other day, this is what I was holding up, and I know the sunlight was blinging this. So the normal golden gold, which I have over there, I don't have on me here, is fabulous, and it's going to be a little more obvious. So I want to share another application. So this is a mandala. This is the yantra for the goddess Matangi. Do you know the goddess Matangi? So good. She's like the dark goddess of Saraswati. So I have this, and I actually, is there any gold in here? You think there's like everything but the kitchen sink in here. But let's add some interference gold. So sometimes, you're feeling like life is a little interfering. And so you want to get some interference gold, right? So you can just flip through your journal or look through your canvases and add a little interference gold. So let's just do this here on the Matangi yantra. Okay, you don't need to see the computer screen. So again, I'm just going to put the interference gold right on here. This is also great, reduce, reuse, recycle. You don't need to create a palette that you have to throw in the garbage. And let's just add, again, I like to add things like this in the center because then it'll make it look a little more three-dimensional, like these are rounded. Although, okay, on one of the other petals, and one of the reasons I'm going around and around is not because they all need to look exactly the same, but oh, that's so fun. Look at that. But because one of the gifts of painting a mandala is that your eye is going around and around. Kind of like, they've discovered with EMDR therapy, that when your eyes go back and forth, you're synchronizing the two hemispheres of the brain. So now I'm just doing a really fine line. Okay, this is my mother and my daughter texting me. I forgot to put on the do not disturb. So I'm just going around the outside edge, just on one side. I'm not like worried about light source or anything like that, but I'm getting gold all over me. Not a bad thing. That's a good affirmation. Like I always have gold. There's gold all over me all the time. Okay. So who knows? Maybe I'll end up switching sides, but so let's just see what that looks like. Oh, yes. But we have to keep going. We can't leave. Let's see. So we'll just do, because I actually have all these little pots outside to plant some seeds for the garden. So I got to get back out there. Okay. And then let's see what happens here. We'll do the interference gold on the white parts. Da, da, da. Okay. So now Matangi's yantra is blingy, bling, blinging. Okay. Well, I give the golden interference gold a thumbs up, 10 stars. Now, here's another thing about golden. Love golden. It's funny, for someone who doesn't really paint with golden, I've got a lot of golden paints. Typically, actually, that's not true. This painting, which she's definitely getting some interference gold, right? This was a painting I did. It's my great mother painting. This is a painting that I'm kind of like, it's not necessarily about finishing her. It's about, this is where I go to connect to great mother. But this was all done with the golden. So I traveled around Colombia for 5 weeks with just this. So these are fluid acrylics, golden, high flow, whatever, fluid. So they're very concentrated. So if you want to travel with acrylics, and I didn't even need this much. So if they have a smaller size, I think they have a smaller, like a little tube, you could do that, because I painted that whole painting and then some. So this has 2 phthalo blues. One's a green shade and one's a red shade. I kind of wish there was a cerulean instead of 2 phthalo blues. But other than that, it does have magenta. It doesn't have a red, but it has this red light, which you can blend with the magenta. So this is an awesome set. So there you go. I'm not golden sponsored or anything, but hands up for interference gold. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel. Send this to an artist friend. Maybe they just need a little interference and a little sparkle today, right? Don't we all? Yes, yes. Thank you for being here. And remember, life is actually meant to be lived as art. And all art needs contrast. So we receive and we get ready to create some change, right?